we are going to go through the CERD Facebook business page. So the first thing we're going to do is log in with an admin ID, which is Joel's ID here. We'll do that. Like LinkedIn, every Facebook business page has to be linked to a personal account. That's a requirement. So we see Joel's personal page, but right here at the top, we see the Center for Educational Research and Development. Remember, we are in admin view here. So this is only for purposes of editing and settings on this page. You notice at the top here, we've given, this page has a name, facebook.com/resilient life process, and that's how anyone from the outside would find this page. So just remember, we're within the context of being an administrator, someone who can make changes to this page. So here you can change the cover, which is the banner image. You can change this small graphic here. You can change the name, and then this little @Resilient Life Process is actually called a username, and it's kind of a nice little device where if you use that in a post, it actually directs to the page. So here you just have who liked the page, who's following the page, who's sharing the page with others. There's a Learn More button, and right now this button just links to the CERD website. But you could modify this button by editing it. And you can actually change, I have Learn More, but you can actually change contact you, book appointments, join your community, etc. So you can edit this button. CERD is here as a nonprofit organization. And let's look at this. This is the top level post. It's called a pinned post. And that means it always shows up on top of the news feed. And it's a description of what CERD's about. And this is something that I wrote. And you can edit it right here. You can just pick Edit Post. You can hide it. You can delete it. You can unpin it, which means that it will just, posts are shown in the order in which they're created, so eventually this would get pushed down to the bottom of the page if you're going to post on a regular basis. And then the second post down here is just one that Facebook created when we updated the cover photo. So on this top level menu here, we're looking at page. You can promote the page, but you have to pay for that. And I don't recommend doing that. What I would recommend doing for promoting the page organically, i.e., not paying for it this way, not paying to get likes, is just go to your respective networks. Whoever is on here that is an employee or somebody that's a fan of CERD, just ask them to like your page. So here, inbox. The inbox is where messages would come. And it should be noted, and I will show you in the settings, that right now this page is not visible. It's called unpublished in Facebook. And one of the things you'll want to do once you're satisfied with all the settings is to go ahead and turn the page on. Notifications. You can see that notifications just get put in here whenever something happens on the page. And Facebook also says, oh, do you know you can get more likes by boosting them? And that's the promotion piece that you pay for. And you can break down notifications by likes, comments, shares. Right now we're looking at all activity on the page. There's no recent reviews. There's no recent requests because the page is hidden. Insights, this is an important section for anyone who's administering the page. It shows actions on the page, page views, previews, recommendations, the reach of the page, page likes, and you can zero in on specific categories here, and it will give you graphics. But again, we have no data here right now. You can actually look at this data by a date range, etc. Most of this information is really available at a glance. When you go to the page, you see N number of people have liked it and X number of people have shared it. But if you really want to bore down on this information, you can. But again, this is reported. So if you wanted to see how many people had watched a particular video within the last 7 days. So Facebook is always adding new features. You can see this one is new. Video Insights, how many people engage with videos on your page. So this is something that's definitely worth looking into a little bit more when you start getting more traffic to your page. Publishing tools. These are just published posts. You can look at the video library. You can cross-post videos to other pages if you have affiliated pages. There's a lot of things here that you're probably not going to want to do. You can post job applications. Facebook is becoming sort of a Swiss Army knife. So lead ads. Oh my gosh, this is Facebook acting funny. I'm gonna go back up to the top. Okay. Lead ads are paid advertising, and again, I personally don't feel that that Facebook is a good advertising platform, which is why we went with LinkedIn, because you're looking for professional organizations. Okay. So if we go over to the settings menu, this one is important. Page visibility, and you'll see the page is unpublished, which means it's hidden. So this is one I would, when you're ready, this should probably be the last thing you do when you're satisfied with all of the other items that I'm going to go through. Then you can pick page published and then save. Page is not verified. I would recommend you go ahead and verify the page. That's going to go to Joel's email for verification. Visitor posts, anyone can publish to the page, anyone can add photos and videos, but post moderation is turned on, which means it's set so anyone can publish and anyone can add photos and videos, but all of the posts are moderated, which means that whoever is the admin for the page is going to see, it's going to go into their activity log, which I'll show you in a minute, and say that so-and-so wants to post on the page and you need to approve them. Now you can turn post moderation off, which is right here, review posts by other people before they go up, or you can disable posts by other people entirely, which I would not recommend doing, because you do want people to post, you just don't want them to spam. Newsfeed audience, the ability to narrow the audience for your newsfeed, which is where your posts show up, I would not limit that, so that's turned off. People can contact my page privately. That means they can send you a message. Maybe they want to form a partnership. Maybe they want to do something. So that's not publicly viewable. That also goes into your activity log, and you'll get a notification that up here at the top that somebody wants to get in contact with you. People on other pages can tag my page. This is one I would turn on, and it is turned on. Most of the default settings are on now. The settings that you'll want. Which allows other people to say, hey, I just saw this great article on the CERD page. So that's a great way for getting a little virality and getting a little more social proof out there. So I would definitely let other people tag the page. Other people can use your page's location for photo and video frames. And again, this allows them to frame content with your branding, which is actually a good thing. And again, you can find more information on all of this data in help up here. Facebook has extensive help, as you might imagine, because they have extensive amount of things you can do with these pages. Country restrictions, if you want to restrict the page, restrict who in a particular country, can view a page. Age restrictions, you can restrict by age, which I don't think you want to do. Neither do I think you want to restrict by country. Page moderation, you can block specific words on the page. That's outside of profanity because there's a profanity filter, which is you can set to high, medium, or low, and I set it to medium. So these are words outside of words that the profanity filter are going to block. You can block. Choose whether your page is recommended to others. I would definitely keep that turned on because people may want to recommend your page to their friends. Post in multiple languages, you can actually do that. The ability to write posts in multiple languages. Now, that's turned off right now. The only reason that you may want to not allow this is if they're posting in a language that you don't understand, and so you may not know what they're saying. So right now it's basically set to English only. Translate automatically. Your post may show translations for people who read in other languages. So this is even if you post in English and somebody that Facebook knows speaks another language, they'll attempt to translate your post. Most recent comments are shown by default. That means that the newest comments are at the top of the page. Downloading to Facebook is allowed. This one is basically you can prohibit. There's a lot of words here. Essentially, videos uploaded to Facebook generally may be available to be downloaded on Facebook in some countries. If you check prohibit downloading, videos uploaded by you will not be made available for downloading on Facebook. This is up to you. If you have some videos on the page and you don't want people to download them, then you should check this box. You can download your entire page. That's downloading to your computer by clicking this. Merging pages, that's if you have duplicate pages, which you don't. And this is deleting your page, which you definitely don't want to do. Okay, so messaging. Waiting for it to load. Messaging settings. The most common settings are turned on to prompt visitors to send messages. Send instant replies to anyone who manages your page. I don't believe you want to do that. Let customers know that you will respond soon. You're not really promoting this page to potential customers here because your customers are not here. Reminders will be set to your customers before their scheduled appointment. So there you can set up appointments. You can do a lot of things here. But remember, unless you have a specific audience, these are going to be random people. So I wouldn't turn these on if I were you. But again, you can get more information about this by looking in the help section. Editing the page. It's just you can set up tabs, and right now we're just using the default tabs, which are here. And I would just stick with the default tabs. Post attribution. You can post as Joe Brown, or you can post as CERD. Notifications. Get a notification each time there's activity on your page. You can actually turn off some of these selectively. Get a notification each time your page receives a message is on. Now that's going to show up here in the top. It's not going to go to your email or be disruptive. But when you log on, you'll see the messages up here. The Messenger platform. These are applications, and if you have a page bot, which you don't. Subscribed apps. These are apps that are subscribing to your page. I would not allow that, but again, you can go look that up in the help section if you want to. There is so much here that you can really go with the default settings here. Videos, you can actually edit videos on Facebook. Page roles, this one is important. You can add or assign a new page role. A person can be an editor, can be a moderator, an advertiser, or a contributor. You may want to add someone like Beverly to be an admin of the page, and then she can log in herself. So if we start typing in Beverly, we have a Beverly Neihart in Italy. So not sure it's the same one, but you could add Beverly as an editor. You could add her. I would add her as an admin if you're going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That would be your choice. And right now we have Joel as an admin and Alan as an admin, and you probably want to remove Alan at some point, which you can do right here. So these page roles are important. You can, if you have other people managing your page and you don't want them logging in with your ID. People in other pages. This is just, here's where you can see people in other pages that like your page. And right now there isn't anybody because we're hidden. A preferred page audience, that looks like this has been removed. Facebook is always adding and removing things. But this allowed page owners to restrict to people that they thought that they would like to connect with. Partner apps and services, add services to your page. You can add stuff if you're going to really use this page commercially. You can find services to add. This is again something where these are third-party applications. So you can do things like schedule bookings, etc. But again, I think you would only want to do this if you had a very targeted audience, because you don't want people wasting your time. But it is possible to do this. Branded content. You can actually branded content is a post that features or is influenced by a business partner for an exchange of value. So if you had business partners on here, people that you identified as business partners, you can control which page can tag their page. A lot of things you can do. Facebook is trying to move more towards a business-oriented platform, but I've never found it very good for advertising to a corporate audience, which is why the CERD campaign is on LinkedIn. Instagram, Facebook owns Instagram. It's all visual. It's not appropriate for a professional business, and they're very, if there are any corporate clients on there, they're just fooling around with photographs. Featured, we haven't liked any other pages, which you can do if you find other pages that seem simpatico. You can like them, and then you can ask that they like your pages. You can cross-post. It's a way to share videos across multiple pages, but it's only pages that have added each other. Page support. This is for requests to Facebook. So you can make a request to Facebook. You can see that there was a request to change the page's name that's been approved. That was a long time ago. So here you can ask any question you want, or you can go through the help up here. Payments, you can actually take payments. If you're an e-commerce company, that's nice. You can actually set up a store on Facebook. I did this for another client who was selling merchandise. Calendar settings. You can actually add a Google Calendar to save appointments if you're allowing people to make appointments with you here. Again, be careful about who you allow to make appointments. I wouldn't have a calendar on here unless I was actively urging people to book appointments. And the activity log is really just a recording of everything that happened on the site. So you can see this is when the posts were created, and it goes in order of age. So basically everything that's happened in the creation of this page so far, and and it will be a complete log of all of your activity. Okay, then we've gone through most of the major functions here, and again, Facebook has extensive help if there are any questions on any of this. So we're going to go ahead and log out.